I was homeless, and I didn't have anywhere to go in the end because nobody wanted me around. I burned all the bridges. I had nothing. I had no hope.
Because of my drug use, I committed crimes. I did anything to support my habit. I did anything that it took to so I could get high, even at the cost of everybody I love, everybody who loved me.
Then something kind of clicked in me, and I realized that, and my very best idea got me to where I was out on the streets with nothing. And so I finally surrendered, and I said, "Why? I have to give this a shot." ATS was like the last house on the block.
When we treat substance use disorders, we treat people with substance use disorders. So there are moms and dads, their grandmas and grandpas, their brothers and sisters, their neighbors and their friends, their sons and daughters. And so we value the person, and we want the very best for them, and we want to see their lives transformed.
I ended up here because I had no place else to go.
What I remember of Daniel is he was really quiet, always sat in the front, sort of like that A student, super serious. It wasn't his first time in treatment, and he really wanted to get this time right. I helped him do was recognize when his addiction was coming into play and was clouding his judgment and clouding his thinking about himself and what kind of life he was trying to make for him.
She showed me how to recognize when a thought was healthy or not for me. And that played a big role in when it came time for me to get my first job again.
I have the privilege of doing Bible study at the Salvation Army ATS on Saturdays. And I met Crystal when she first came into treatment. Crystal was very broken. She was hopeless. She had a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, regret. She had a lot of pain inside of her heart.
They were very compassionate about when they spoke to me, very interested in about what my life was really like and how can we work with this girl to make it work for her.
I know a company that's looking for someone that has the kind of a background that you have in plumbing. And he said, if you'd like, I can set up an interview for you. And I said yes, and that afternoon I was there. The way I was dressed, I was out on the street in a pair of shorts and a shirt doing my business. So they allowed me to come into the interview just like that.
And so what I was hoping and looking for was someone who was really serious about being given a second chance. And I was quite sure we found the right guy.
When I started working at Brett Hill Construction, one of the first things they gave me is a key ring with several keys on it. Each key was for a certain cabinet or storage space in different buildings. And it just blew me away because no one would have ever done that. No one in their right mind anyway. So, but they were willing to give me a second chance. And with that second chance, they just gave me all their trust. And it became a responsibility for me to try to live life honestly. It was a real privilege, it was a real honor.
Crystal was chosen to work for the Pua Foundation because of her experience in prison and because she knows what the women are going through. She's an addict, she understands, and she has this big, huge heart. It's so big, she just wants to help people.
I would learn about myself. They gave me an opportunity to know, really, truly find who I was.
Today I know how to live life on life's terms because of Salvation Army. Well, they was able to take someone who was down and out like me, out on the street with nothing and nobody. And they gave me the tools to become a productive member in society. I pay my bills today. I have a license, I have a job, I have a car that actually has insurance and legal tags, and I pay my taxes, and I try to be helpful as best as I can to the next person. If it wasn't for the Salvation Army, I would still be lost.